Hi, I wanted to do a quick video answering this question in section 3.4 that a student had asked me about. So in this question, it's on the chain rule, and we need to find each derivative if it exists and explain why. So we're supposed to do this from a graph, and notice that this part of the graph of f is this straight line segment. So you know that the derivative is whatever the slope of that line segment is. This has a different slope, and this part has a different slope as well. Likewise with g, this has a negative slope, and this part of the line segment has a positive slope. So we can figure out those slopes just from what we know about basic algebra, from how to find the slope of a line graphically. So from there we can figure out what the derivative of f and g are at each interval. So now we're supposed to put that together and answer these questions. So u of x is f of g of x. So using the chain rule, that means u prime of x is f prime of g of x times g prime of x. So this first question asks about u prime of 1. Well, u prime of 1 would be f prime of g of 1 times g prime of 1. Well, let's first start with g of 1. G of 1, looking at the graph, g is the blue graph, here's 1. So it looks like g of 1 is 1, 2, 3 units. So g of 1 is 3. Now f prime of 3, we need to determine for this factor. So when x is 3, 1, 2, 3, we're on this part of the line segment that makes up f. So we want to figure out what the slope is of this line segment. So notice that if we go over 1, 2, 3, 4 units horizontally, we've gone down 1 whole unit vertically. So f prime of 3 is just the slope of this line segment, and that would be minus 1/4. And then we want that factor for g prime of 1. And where here's x is 1, so g prime of 1 would be the slope of this blue line segment over here. So again, figuring out the slope of that line for 1 unit horizontally, the line descends 3 units vertically. So g prime of 1 is the slope of that line segment, or minus 3. So putting it all together, u prime of 1 would be f prime of 3, which is minus 1/4, times minus 3, which is 3/4. And then it asks about v prime of 1. And again, you would follow the same type of pattern, figuring out v, the derivative of v, because v is g composed with f. You would have v prime of 1 equals g prime of f of 1 times f prime of 1. And continuing on like that.